you're making documentaries, and it's like starting off. It's like it can always be a bit awkward to.
Yes, it's like 2 weeks ago I filmed interview with one journalist, very like famous journalist, one top journalist from Moldova.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, it was the longest interview which I ever had. It was 6 hours of filming, just completely, like uninterrupted filming. And I was so bored about this interview, like it was, like it wasn't discussion. It's just like question and just like long answer. So in my opinion, when you're a professional journalist, you have to, like to interfere. So asking questions, counter arguments, just to be as a conversation, not just like a simple question. And okay, what's next? You have to, when you're a professional journalist, you have to based on answer, asking additional questions, just to make it very interesting conversation.
Yes.
And it's very important because for us, something like this, yes.
Actually, yes, that'd be quite interesting with, or kind of the conversation, or if you're interviewing someone and they just talk.
Because even for documentary, it's very important, just not have questions written down. It's very important to see the person who in front of the camera and see his reaction or her reaction, asking additional questions, trying to get answer a reply which you will use, and how to connect them.
Yes.
Because sometimes when I see on a post-production, I'm just cutting even some phrases, even some words, and making structure even differently. Absolutely.
Yes, that's kind of cutting or editing it, or yes, kind of cutting sentences out.
It's not just skill of cutting. It's just skill how to make interesting, this whole story.
Yes, that's it. Would you have any tips on how to make a podcast more interesting?
From my experience, it's just matter of time when just practicing, and when you reviewing your interviews, you will see, oh, maybe I should ask this. And as I remember, I was so lucky. I'm so grateful that I met one journalist. She's from Moldova as well, and she did such amazing job. She had an interview with a very famous person here, and it was 1.5 hour interview.
Yes.
And she prepared for this for sure, surely, and she had a list of questions. But during the interview, she jumped from different questions, and sometimes you're just oh my God, she based on his reply asking additional. During this time, they covered all different fields from this person, and it was so flowing. It was so cool, it was like a cool conversation between two people.
Yes.
And people who are watching these interviews, they see it's like interaction, just like simple question. Okay, what's next? Then you ask him, okay, next. So you have to prepare for the interview, but based on the answers,
kind of the body language.
Yes.
Almost, and
sometimes even for professional interviewers, they have this ear, and people is like high level, and many how does it called, psychologists or something,
psychologists,
not psychologists, people who looking at your body language.
Okay.
Your how you just sitting like this or that, or they're talking or ask the person is ready. So some tricky questions, just trying to depends of target of interviewers. If you want to get something specific, something interesting, something to dig deeply in this, some story of this person, people, just talking, okay, ask this. Oh. It's very interesting.
Interesting. So. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Sort of the whole psychology of asking questions and putting it all together. and everything. We have actually started filming, so that was very
we started.
That was a brilliant section of the podcast on that. But following on from that, how would you introduce yourself, Maria, to a podcast? Film director or documentary filmmaker?
I would say that I'm filmmaker, but I'm not a traditional filmmaker. I would say so I can cover everything. So in terms of filmmaking, because to be honest, I'm self-taught filmmaker.
Really?
Yes, I have an educational, financial, and I'm an international lawyer. And to be honest, when I came here, actually 10 years ago, it will be 11 years ago this year.
Yes.
And my first job was at Financial Times, and many people here, their dream to be in such, big company as a Financial Times. And I get there, my first impression, wow, cool, I'm here. But then day after day, so I realized this is not exactly what I wanted.
And this was in London, or when you came, this was in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
It
was my first job, it's like dream job. And then when you are here, like inside in this company, the structure, I understood this. Okay, this is not mine. I don't want to do job from 9 till 6.
Yes.
Because I'm the person who do my job, during the short time, I'm just quick. And then you just stop watching on the clock. Oh my God, well, it's like it's 6, it's boring. So I like to have more freedom.
Yes.
I love to have my freedom, and I want to more creative. Actually, when I was at school time, maybe at university, I never saw myself in creative industry. I had some dreams, I want to be somewhere in the Warner Brothers, but okay, I'm not an actress. I was, it's real. I'm not an actress. I don't have such a skills, but I want to be there. And the same was with my idea that I want to live in London.
Yes.
So I wanted to live in London, but it wasn't my, just a target. So I definitely had to be.
It must be London.
Yes, it's just dream. Just maybe someday, one day, somewhere, I don't know how, because I'm only one child in my family, and I know exactly that my family is not going to send me to London. So this is like a...
That's it, because for people that don't know about... Because where did you moved to London coming up to 11 years ago, but where is home? Or what country did you originally originate?
To be honest, when I first time when I came to London, it was like oh my God, it's a dream come true.
Yes.
This is like exactly what I wanted. This is like a perfect country. I love everything. But when I moved, I started to realize this isn't the main problem was the weather. The weather? Yes.
The English weather?
English weather.
What's wrong with the English weather?
Yes, with weather and food.
And coffee? And coffee?
Coffee is all right.
Oh, coffee's okay.
Yes, coffee is okay. Okay, much better in Italy, but here is all right.
It's okay.
And to be honest, I'm saying that it took me around 3-5 years just to start to say London is my home.
Okay.
Because before that, I'm always talking about my home. I was talking about Ukraine.
Okay, yes.
And now I'm just definitely sure this is London, this is my home.
Yes.
This is my home. But I do love Ukraine. I do love everything. This is where I came from. This is, like my spiritual thing.
Yes.
And to be honest, what I would say in terms of London, how can I get to this film industry? And you asked me the first question, who I am, how can I present myself? And I would say so. During my lifetime, I got so much experience from different fields, starting with analytics, starting with bank industry, starting with creative thing, and now I definitely can say that I can do everything.
Yes.
I'm just like multitasking. But my idea and my motto of the life. You have to work for, passion, not just for money or something like that. So first of all, you have to enjoy what you are doing.
Yes.
And for me, it was very important to find the field where I can just to be myself, when I can, to do everything what I want. Because I think everyone in this world have, this mission. Came for some mission. You have to do something good in your life. So
that
not
purpose
just
or that
purpose.
passion.
Yes. And it took me a time just to find myself, where I am, who I am, and what is my mission here.
That's interesting. You say, with a few of the other guests I have come on, it's always kind of that varying between they enjoy doing something as a child, and then kind of they get to 16 or 18 years old, and then they stop doing that, but then they sort of go through a period of time where they find their mission or their passion, and then they kind of get back into their passion or their field that brings them. They find almost it takes time for people to find their identity.
I would say this, everyone has their own story. You don't need to compare yourself with someone else. Everyone has a different story, because I saw myself that in 25 I will be very famous, I will be rich, I will be there. And actually when I was 25, I was just like, where I am, where's everything? And just I started to realize, wow, what I'm doing wrong. And then step by step, I tried to find myself. And it's very important just not compare yourself with someone else, because someone can find herself at the 20 and started to build, this a mission profile and everything. And I actually, I was on one event with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he said, it's very important thing that the only common thing which we all have, it's 24 hours per day.
Yes.
And it's only, how the people use these 24 hours. And I know that everyone, has have their own responsibilities. You have to pay for living costs, for everything. But you have to, to keep at least 1 hour per day just to try and, following your dream, following your mission, just to try, even as he, he gave a really good explanation and example. Even if you will write 1 page per day, after 1 year it will be a whole book, 365 pages. Can you imagine? So you have to, follow your dream, trying to do something to achieve it. And it's very important. And for me, when you're doing what do you like, and you at least trying to find, way, trying this field, different industries, just to realize where you are, who you are, what's your mission. And now you asked me this question, and I realized that the life, gave me so many, even challenges, and so many, different, sometimes I was on the situation when I had to choose which road I had to follow.
Kind of A or B almost. Yes.
And I used, this gut feeling and trying to follow the same road. And, step by step, I started to do some videos.
Okay.
Because it was for YouTube.
And were these videos you were just making yourself? Or
yes, making
friends or...
I did these YouTube videos for my daughter. She was 4 years old, and we started to do this YouTube channel.
Brilliant.
And for me, when I opened this, editing program, I'm like, oh my God, what is it?
The pain, just the pain.
This is just a pain, but but I had this dream. I have to, to find out how it works.
Yes.
And it took me time, but. We started to do everything, and we grow her YouTube channel till 32,000 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
And then I bought a camera, professional camera. I did some video clip for myself.
Yes.
Published on Instagram, and one person, he came to me and say, look, I like your video. can you consider to do a commercial, like videos? Seriously? So I can do like a videos and earn money for this. This is gonna be cool.
Yes.
And this was like my first commercial job when the client, it was a private member supercars member clubs, and they brought me like around 20 supercars.
Oh wow!
For just for myself, so that for me that I will film them, and I said, wow, it's gonna be cool, like.
And they just
because
gave
before
you.
that I had in my mind that maybe I will, like asking some renting companies just, like to do this cooperation. They will give me a car, I will do a video for them. Maybe we can, like
collaborate or do something.
And this case, even better, they brought me this like 20 supercars and they paid me.
Oh, wow. You didn't even have to pay. Yes.
Yes. And I earned money and this like, wow, this is going to be cool.
Yes.
And that time when, like I realized this feeling inside myself because I understood this is mine, like when I enjoy doing what I like. But this field is such a big field of film industry, so you can do whatever you want. Like you can film like events, you can film clubs, you can film commercials for TV, for YouTube.
Anything, documentaries. Anything can be videoed.
Yes. And I tried myself in different, video filmings.
Yes.
I tried to find, like some. What's mine? Because I understood, as you said, so different fields. It's like such a big industry. And then some, like step by step, as I said, so some clients came to me. First, it was Australian production. They came to me and they did some filming for documentary, and they were looking for crew who do filming here in London. They found me. We did filming for them and they gave us a credit. They invited us to presentation in Somerset House, and I see like, wow, this is gonna be cool, like when you see your work. No, I didn't do editing, but we did filming for this. It was a part of this.
Just capturing the angles or the videos.
Yes. And straight away after this, American production came to me asking me the same, same things to do for them. It's just like a part for their documentary. And I started, to dig deeply in this, kind of documentaries, because for documentaries you have to know such additional skills, not just filming. It's more technical part, how like specification, like even for cameras, for everything you have to know, like to make it cooler, how like even I started to learn how to color grading, sound, everything, like just like
yes.
And like I'm just a person who is not trying to learn from the school, from university, because when I came here I already had 2 degrees.
Yes.
And I had this chance to go the third one. I said, no, oh my god, it's too much for me. And I'm a person who I think it's better to learn from, like from when you experience, when you're just like exactly on the place.
Almost kind of learning in the moment.
Yes, learning on this place. And then I had a chance, I went to Warner Brothers studio, as I say. This was a good experience for me, and it was even on the beginning of my video production, like thing. And I was there, as I say, a supportive actor. And for me, just like, seriously, sometimes, like it was a dream for me, but I'm here inside in Warner Brothers. And a couple of days I was, like in my mind, so what I want to be in front of camera or behind the camera. So it was a bit,
decisions, choices.
Yes, it was in the big, because as I said, on my childhood, I had this, like idea. And then after a couple of days, I said, no, I definitely the person who is behind the camera.
Oh.
To be honest, to be an actor, it's not even easy, even not supportive main actor, because when you are there, it's no matter who you are, main actor or supportive actor or whichever, the rules for everyone same.
Yes.
Same. So this is no matter who you are, just Vin Diesel, which I already met him with, and we had a conversation with them. It was actually on a Fast and Furious filming for Marvel. Marvel.
Yes. Fast and Furious. Yes.
And then no, I said, no, I definitely the person who is behind the camera, because for me, you know, like to control everything, you know, like to manage, to, you know, like directing. This is what exactly I like it.
Okay.
And then, you know, like when you're following your path, everything, you know, like comes around, you know, like just, you know, like support.
That's it. It comes together. It's
yes.
almost, it's meant to, as you're on that journey or on that path, you get people who are also on that same journey and path,
yes,
and you're building up from there, and all of that kind of combined to create Why Us documentary.
Why Us? It's very interesting. You know, like it's not. I would tell you the story behind the Why Us.
If you don't mind sharing.
After commercial shootings, then I had this, you know, like experience, started working with interviews.
Okay.
As we have 3 cameras, interviews.
Yes.
And when I was behind the camera, I learned how to answer questions. I already told you.
You were listening to people.
Listening, yes, because it's very important, you know, like not just press the button, technical side from the camera, but it's very important even ask questions just to try, because otherwise you can just, you know, like face this thing when you filmed, and then on a post-production you're sitting so, okay, I have a material, what I will do with this,
how do you pull it all
how can I combine it all together? This is what happened with my first own documentary.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. I started, I not switched, we started to learn how to film interviews.
Yes.
And then a friend of mine, I met one lady, I met one lady, she came to me, at that time the war in Ukraine already started.
Okay, the war in
Ukraine.
Yes.
And I had some idea just to do something, you know, like to film. But I understood I'm here in London, so what I can do, because I'm not here. If I was in Ukraine, maybe I will start to do something straight away. But I'm here, I didn't have any ideas. But actually I had an idea, but for me, I already earned money from my filming, and you know, like started something doing for free, for ideas. So I wasn't sure that I want to do it. And when I met my friend, she came to me with the idea to do a documentary. I said, okay, we are together, so let's do it.
Let's go.
let's go. Because I already had that idea. The other person came to me with the idea, so let's go. We started, the name of this documentary is Ukrainians Displayed. It was a 4 story about Ukrainian women who displaced from Ukraine to London.
Yes.
And this is it was my first experience, you know, like to be behind the camera and asking questions. This is what I told you. It's very important, you know, not just filming. It's about, you know, like how to make structured it. Because before we started filming, we had 4 Zoom calls with each of them, asking their story. We made some notes. And then after interviewing them via Zoom, we did it like a structure. How can we see this documentary?
Yes.
And then when I came for filming day, okay, we're expecting from them just repeat some phrases, you know, like the same structure. But then we realized, okay, something going wrong.
Oh, and what was going wrong?
You know, like we're trying, you know, like to say what we want to hear from them. But they answered differently. And all this old structure started, you know, just something like this, because there are 4 stories, and we have to link all together between all of them. And then after we have 6 hours of recording of these interviews, and I'm sitting there and
you have to replay and listen
and how can we combine it, and just like a nightmare. But actually we did this documentary, we're expecting like 15-20 minutes. We prepared this documentary for one event.
Yes.
But we didn't have much time, and we did like a short version, 6 minutes. And we presented. And after the it's like a long version of trailer, I would say.
Yes.
And after this presentation, British people came to me and said, "Look, Maria, we didn't know this is like a big problem with the kids, because we, not reveal, we just like briefly talking about why Ukrainian women had to flee from Ukraine and what behind the scene."
Yes.
And most of them is just because of their kids.
Okay.
And they already told me about the kids. And after this screening, we're trying to, to figure out what we can do with this documentary, because my idea was to go for film festivals, but
Yes.
we had to finish some way somehow, and because I was new in this industry. Nobody told me that, Maria, go there, contact them, and just like blindly.
You were just following your path, as you said earlier.
Yes, I'm blindly just trying to understand what's next. Next, what I have to do, because everything what I'm doing now and I did in my past, I'm just trying to do for reason, for purpose.
Yes.
Not just living. And that time, during this, like trying blindly to find out what we're gonna do with this documentary, another commercial documentarist came to me.
Oh.
And when I got this offer, I said, look, even I'm going to do it for free, because it's like sounds really cool. Sounds really amazing.
Yes.
This is my idea, when you're filming, traveling, and filming like very famous people, just like seriously.
It's your dream almost.
Yes, it's almost my dream. And when the client came to me asking question, before I saw this description, I was like, read, oh my God, this is like a dream, what I wanted.
This is perfect.
Yes, and when I, talked via phone with the client, and to be honest, I didn't I didn't try to present better than I was.
Yes.
I was myself. I explained who I am, what I did. I sent my examples. And then after a couple of days, he back to me and said, look, Maria, we choose you. Wow. This is going to be cool. And after a while, I asked this person why he chose me.
Yes.
Why? Because
why Maria?
Yes, and he said to me, like, it was 6 of us, 6 different companies.
Yes.
And I was the last in his list
to contact and to call.
And first of all, it was like some of the British companies, they refused to go to Africa.
Okay.
There's, it's too dangerous, and for me, just like, okay, adventure, we're adventurous, I mean.
Where there's adventure, there's Maria.
Yes. And especially for him, maybe the name of my company, it was like advantage, because the company of production dreams into reality. And
yes.
Actually, the documentary which we filmed with him, the name of the dream.
Oh. It was meant to be.
The dream. All dreams, like everything, all dreams. And by the way, we already filmed the Dream 2.
Yes.
And we on a post-production with Dream 2. And Dream 3 is coming.
Oh my word, even more dreams.
3 dreams. Yes, 3 dreams, yes. And back to Why Us.
That's it, back to Why Us, yes.
This is after Ukrainians Displayed, this documentary, which we started but not finished.
Interesting.
And during this time, when I did this commercial documentary in Africa, Milan, I met another producer, Italian and guy, and he asked me, "Wow, Maria, I'm impressed with your work. Let's go for film festival in Venice."
And this was the
Venice, red carpet. Where? What did you say? Repeat it.
Yes.
Repeat. A red carpet. Okay, this is like he gave me this another idea. Okay, he put me like this. How does it call? This is like a map, visualization. How does it call?
Oh, visualization. Oh, I can't pronounce visualization. No.
Okay, map with you.
A visual of.
Yes, your future. And okay, he gave me this, like another, okay, map, red carpet. Yes, I like it, this idea. And I started to develop this idea because, I understood if I want to go there, I have to have a strong, product which I want to present.
Yes.
And this I started to develop bias. Because at that time, it was International Court of Criminal Courts.
The International Criminal Courts.
They give this arrest for Putin and Maria Lvova for children. Yes, deportation. Yes. And this is like exactly because, and then I remember this feedback from British people in terms of kids. It's very
kind of to understand
more. And this, this is exactly what I can, bring to my country. This is my, contribution, yes, to support and everything. This why, had this idea, and then I sat and said, wow, okay, it was, I would say, March last year.
Okay.
And Venice is end of August, and I don't have any idea what I'm going to do. Red carpet, okay, yes, that's my list. And okay, I was, calm down. You have to realize what. And then I just remembered one friend of mine. She came to me during this first Ukrainians Displayed filming and asked if we need any more, additional stories.
Yes.
And I called her, say, look, and again, can you remind me your story?
Yes, just remind my memory.
Yes, and she told me this story again, and okay, give me her number. She told her friend's story.
Yes.
She gave me a number. I did a couple of calls, and the story completed.
Oh wow.
The story completed, and even more, during a couple of hours, I made many calls, and story completed. This is even better than I expect. This is I'm always talking when you have. If it's yours, everything comes, around. Because at that time, I had an idea, red carpet, I'm here without any ideas. And then, okay, let's go, let's do, and, okay, during a couple of hours, everything, kind
of snowballed.
Yes.
Came together. And this was all originally from that short 7-minute documentary you did about the women leaving Ukraine.
Yes.
And then that all stemmed on to...
Yes, everything, wow. As I said, it's just small step during your path.
Yes.
You just build your steps. It was okay, it didn't complete it. We didn't finish. But for myself, it already made, it gave me a result.
Yes.
It gave me a result. It gave me a push. For me, it's like a project completed.
Yes.
Because it's already did his,
it's done its purpose. It's done its job.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. And to be honest, the person who gave me this idea, this Italian producer, he gave me this idea with the red carpet.
Yes. You just wanted to get on that red carpet somehow.
Yes, but he talked a lot. But he is the kind of person, he talked a lot, but actions,
always speak louder.
Yes. This what happened with me because I already, this idea with red carpet was so strong to me.
Yes.
And then, during this path, I know like I'm just trying to learn in a faster, how this industry works.
Kind of the progression.
Because yes, I had, like deadlines. I had to, like to meet these deadlines and had achieved this, like, and for me it's very important because I'm kind of person who, if I put any, like target, so
yes,
no matter what, I have to achieve it.
You'll go for it and create that, and that was how Why Us was born.
Yes, and I would say so. Many things, not many, but some of them had been changed during the filming.
Okay.
Because most of the documentary were filmed here in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
But my idea was to film, like this road between London and Ukraine, just to film this whole path.
Okay.
Then, back then, before the war started, it took like 3 hours by flight from Kiev to London.
Yes.
Now it's minimum 24 hours from door to door. It's like a nightmare.
Yes.
And I wanted to show this is, like whole experience.
Kind
just
of the
journey, yes, which Ukrainians are experiencing right now. And actually, when I went there, we filmed this, part, even with the children who, like,
you hear
struggling with all queues, these trains, everything.
Yes.
Then on the post-production, but in Ukraine, we filmed even more than we didn't expect.
Okay.
Even
and which areas of Ukraine were
so
you
I went to
in?
Kiev.
Yes.
And then we went to Ukrainian Bucha to film there, these places.
Yes.
And in Bucha, we stopped in one street. Just, like I opened the window asking local citizen just to where we have to go, like all around. And he just, like to lean on the window and he was talking, he told us his story. And I was shocked. And my partner, who sat next to me, before that situation, we had a conversation that no matter what, we are filmmakers and we have to film everything.
Yes, and share that story, or at least document it and film it somehow.
It's very, in one hand, it's very difficult because I'm from Dnipro and he is from Dnipro, from my native city. And when the strategy bomb was in 2023 in February. It was a big, like strategy.
Strategy.
Not strategy. It's like it was the big house was bombed. It's many people died here, and he was there. It was the house very close to his home.
Okay.
And I asked him, "Did you film something?" And he said, "I couldn't because my feelings. I didn't feel."
No. There's to take your phone out and record a situation.
And we had a conversation about this. So you're a filmmaker. We have to record everything because you never know. And at that time, when in the Bucha, we met this man. And we just asked him where we have to go,
What you ask? Just directions to visit somewhere.
Yes, and he started to talk his story. And my partner, he just switch on off. And I was so impressed about not just story what he told us, about the way how he told.
Yes.
He were talking as a one day of his life. It's just when he with his friends went to barbecue.
Yes.
But what he was saying, it's he was lucky when they're trying to escape from the European Bucha. The Russians killed civilians in the car.
Yes.
And I was shocked in terms of how they talking. And it's not about this man, it's about all Ukrainians. Even when I was in Ukraine, I was speaking with people and the way how they're talking about their stories.
Kind of the
emotional part, yeah.
The emotional part.
And basically we include this part with this man in documentary, which we didn't plan.
Yes.
But the part with traveling, just, because it didn't suit the whole structure. Why I like documentaries? It's about, building a story.
Mm.
Because, like one day I was asked to join a feature film as a
Yes.
producer, which I agreed, and then I was sitting and say, look, okay, this is a great opportunity for me. And I was sitting there and just, comparing, okay, documentaries and feature. What is,
Sorry, with the future.
Feature film.
Oh, future films.
Feature
Yes,
film,
yes.
yeah, feature film.
Oh, feature.
Feature. Yes, yes.
Not
sorry.
feature. Feature films.
Feature.
No problem.
And I understand this document. This is what I like, because during the film you can plan as a strategy.
Yes,
and,
you've got a timeline.
Yes, but during the filming, you never know what I have to expect.
Yes.
And I think my great advantage, this is like, changing one. If we need just, because when you're filming, something can happen, and you have, just think quickly. What can I do? How can we, to change the strategy?
How can we add it in or incorporate it? Or
Yes. How
just even tell that story.
Yes, because a couple of times it was unexpected from us. Something happened during the filming, and we had, just quickly yes, how can we add this? How can we change? And sometimes even when you do not plan something, it's just like a best part of the documentary.
Just and just to sort of touch on a little bit, when because actually you're filming a documentary about children and women and the Why Us documentary in Ukraine, you were saying about the emotional elements of it, or how people, or when you were filming bits that were more difficult or sensitive subjects, did you ever feel the emotions of other people?
To be honest, why us, it's very difficult emotional part, even not just myself, for everyone who is for the team.
Yes.
Even first of all, it was very emotional when I had to interview the people who was in our documentary, especially with Anya.
Yes, Anya is
Sasha's mom. Yes, because I knew her story, and I knew what has been done to trying to escape from this, these emotions which was on the beginning.
Yes, her story and the process.
For me it was very important, just not trying to put again her in this emotional situation, but at the same time I had to to get this emotional from her.
You've got to tell that story.
Yes, and in the beginning I had some list of questions, and I started from them, and just first 5-10 minutes I just something wrong. I tried to ask her general questions, but
when you say general questions,
can you tell me about your childhood?
Okay, your name.
Yeah, not name.
You already knew her name.
General questions, and
yes.
I'm just trying to to start this conversation, because I wanted to
get it to flow almost, or to add on,
yes,
incorporate.
Otherwise, just then ask a simple questions. No. I just tried to first of all, it was first time when we met each other in person.
Yes.
And I had to to put her to be confident and during the interview, and
almost trusting
her story. And then just 10 minutes, I just look around and see people in my team. So something wrong. So I I even don't know how can I to continue our interview.
It's just there's tension.
Yes, and then I ask one question. Can you describe Sasha? And I didn't expect, she started, to get this emotional out. And I didn't expect, and nobody expected it. And she started to get emotional, and just, oh my God. So first of all, I didn't want her to put,
you don't want to upset her.
Yes. And then so we to build this conversation step by step. And to be honest, when we finished it, she was okay. And for me, it was such a relief because I got as emotional part for filming, for film, and at the same time I didn't put her, like, down.
Yes.
Which is very good. Yeah.
That's quite the art.
And then on the post-production, it was difficult for everyone. Like, even for me, during the post-production, you were reviewing like 100 times, 1,000 times, and again, some parts was very difficult. Even when then people, helped me with subtitling.
Yes.
I sent them a version with the music, and then just, oh my God, we're crying, and okay, we'll send you without music. Maybe it will be less emotional. Like, okay, thank you so much that you sent without music, because music, it's emotional. Yeah.
It's too much emotion. I remember the first time I met you, and then I watched the Why Us film, and I was sat in my office late at night, and there were it gets you in the heart. You feel that emotion.
Yes,
although
first of all,
not in English, or some of it's in a bit where it's subtitles.
Yes,
it gets you.
As I say, I'm saying, by us, it's not entertainment documentary.
No.
It's I would say historical documentary, and the mission of the documentary is just like showing what Ukrainians are, like experiencing. Yes, and as I'm saying, I want this documentary be as a weapon, be as a like
a tool.
Yes. So which we can use and just trying to bring attention for this problem with kids.
Yes.
Because now when I came to Ukraine, it was a couple of times. I saw this emotional part from kids. It's very important for kids just trying to build, to get normal childhood and trying to, because living at war, it's, get this emotionally.
It's tiring.
Yes.
I think they say 1,000 in Kyiv. Is it 1,000 air alarms have gone off since?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
it's
2.
And can you imagine, even in documentary, we're trying, to show in this Ukraine, it's like as similar as we are in London.
Yes.
Same people, same, everything structure. It's not far away.
No, 3 hours.
Yes, and we're trying to show that we are all connected between each other, and because I know that some people think, oh, it's war somewhere else, it's too far away. Okay, we helped on the beginning, but it's not about help. It's about, to understand what's going on, and to understand that we're all connected. And today is Ukraine. Then who next?
Who?
And we try to show this is like, this understanding, because it's like an iceberg. We can just see it like a small part of it above.
But it's actually the people, and in terms of kind of showcasing the film Why Us and the message of the film, you've literally taken Why Us around the world in terms of screenings.
We are trying.
You're trying.
We're trying. It's not easy, to be honest.
No.
But when you have this mission, as I said, it's like a mission.
That
so we're trying passion. We're trying to to spread awareness of documentary.
Yes.
And because you can talk a lot about it, but when you can see, exactly, per people and their stories, it's absolutely different, like how you can emotionally, feel about the story. It's not about 3 stories. It's about, we just showcasing
the
stories. It's every single story can make a documentary, and it's a lot of stories. And on the beginning of the documentary, I had an idea, on the beginning of the documentary, to show this is not just about 3 stories. It's about we have a lot of stories, and I'm still having this idea, just people share their stories.
Yes.
Share. And on the beginning, we can show how many are these stories. It's
have been kind of shared or kind of
yes.
collected. Yes. That makes sense. And with even just sharing why I saw the screenings and that you've done, how many countries so far?
We did in Italy,
Rome,
Rome, Kiev, London, and Warsaw in the next
in Poland.
In Poland.
Yes.
And I'm going to do a screening in my city, Dnipro.
Okay.
At the end of March.
Oh, fantastic! And with kind of the message, it's an interesting journey you've done, as well as kind of the emotional and the sensitivity of Why Us and the documentary, but kind of your personal journey from coming across to London and setting up a YouTube channel for your daughter to then having film screenings in different countries around the world for the documentary you've made.
I think this is everything for purpose.
Yes.
Even me here, living here 10 years, and the war started. I'm here. I already have my video and production company. I already have an experience with documentaries, and this is the exact right time when I can contribute to my country.
Yes.
What I can do, and I do hope this documentary will have a huge impact for the future, for the kids.
For the kids, yes. And for any children out there that were looking at kind of becoming a documentary filmmaker or following in the footsteps of Maria, any advice or wisdom that you could share or offer?
I still have this idea just to share my experience, just to give this inspirational for kids, to share my experience.
Yes.
And I'm definitely can say, no matter what, you can, to start filming without any educational degrees. You don't need to have £1,000 of pounds, dollars, or
a studio or equipment.
Yes, and to study to be as a director. So first of all, you have to have passion.
Yes.
First, you have this drive, and to have these skills to learn. And everything is possible.
And everything is possible. And I think that's quite an interesting, that story and that motto, because even now you've been here 10 years, but in the last 2 years, there's been a lot more Ukrainians coming across to Great Britain, and with them they're re-establishing businesses or re-establishing their lives or universities. Almost it's kind of just trying to find or refine their passion or their identity, and then setting up businesses. Or where I'm trying to say with that is university and education isn't for everyone, and sometimes just doing your own thing.
I would say when I came here, I didn't know anyone Ukrainians here. I didn't know anyone. And for me, it was, hard path which I, followed. And now I am saying Ukrainians, you're lucky, because a lot of Ukrainians here, and so many, different organizations, structures, groups, and you have so much support right now. It's opportunities right now, and now it's much easier, just to follow your dreams and passion, because I don't, I'm happy that I, went through this my path.
Yes.
If it's not my path, I wouldn't sit here. I wouldn't have this what I have right now. So nobody knows who I will be if I didn't go through this whole path.
The whole path.
And for Ukrainians, I would say London it's a huge city with a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
But first of all, you have to understand this is not just someone will bring to these opportunities to you.
It won't be given to you.
Yes. You have to work very hard.
Okay.
Otherwise, no matter where, in London, in somewhere else.
Somewhere else. So that's kind of your advice. I think that's advice that could be passed across to anyone if you come to London,
anyone.
work hard. And even when you came, I was surprised actually to hear you didn't know any Ukrainians when you came to London. I
met one Ukrainian, my friend, maybe 4 years ago.
4 years
Four
ago.
years, 4 years ago. But it was so, like unexpected. I didn't even, like to know about this Ukrainian groups. Nobody.
You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't know. And what were some of the struggles, or what? So you.
I don't know, because maybe a lot of people, like
weird things.
it was Russian speaking. We didn't divide about Ukrainians, Russians, Lithuanian, Estonian. We just was like a Russian speaking.
Yes.
This is it. And then, of course, everything changed.
Yes. And then it's kind of yes. A lot of changes that kind of came with that. And in terms of when you came, and obviously in more recent times, but when you came across to England, moved across to England, did you have any strange experiences with, or not strange experiences, things about England or English people or British people that you found difficult to challenging?
So many different.
So many. You must share some of.
I had so many questions. Why English people doing this?
What sort of things?
Okay, first of all about medical things, because for me it was so difficult here to adopt, because in Ukraine just just a couple of calls and you have this support from doctors. Here just like.
Waiting.
But this is this is a structure. It's not about people. It's not about people. But here, when you in winter time, you can meet people, like wearing a flip flops
and shorts
and shorts, and with a scarf around. And the public, wow, seriously.
And in Ukraine, you don't have flip flops and shorts and.
Winter, just like, okay, something wrong with you. Even with the kids, I was so, like, oh my God. With the kids in Ukraine, even some kids wearing hats during the summertime because if it's windy. Here, all kids, like without hats during winter.
Yes.
With this all green, like runny
nose, yes.
And like, seriously. And yes, like this some things, but then actually it was a surprise for me when I didn't move yet, but I was as a tourist to visitor on the tube, when you see a man with a suit and with like trainers.
Oh yes,
seriously. And with backpacks, and then then it's a normal thing. And now it's like a transfer to other countries. Even in Ukraine, you can wear sneakers under the suits. It's like a style.
Yeah,
right?
So it's more comfortable. It saves getting blisters. And,
yes, this is a thing I was surprised.
Wow.
And what else?
I didn't think trainers with suits. That's a new thing I've learned.
Even girls in the winter, with a not flip flops, but with the trainers, and then in front of the bar or other change on high heels. In Ukraine, you never see someone else, without makeup, going to buy some, milk or bread.
You're exactly right. I remember when I was staying in Kyiv, and I went to a party, or it was an event being held in the evening, and it was snowing and it was cold, and everyone had high heels on, everyone had dresses on, everyone makeup on, and I was just in my trousers and a shirt. And I still think I asked for a soft drink, and they said, yes, we have Prosecco.
Even I caught myself when I'm already living here, and I came to Ukraine for visiting my parents.
Yes.
And then I caught myself. I'm going to buy some on supermarket, and I started to do makeup. Why I'm doing this in UK? I never do this.
In the UK, you just go.
Just go, and this is it. Sometimes with all the flip flops.
Oh, and the flip flops. I think in some shops they have put notices up saying you can't go into them wearing pajamas, because people would just get out of bed in their pajamas and go. I think actually, Maria, we've utilised all our questions for today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for your questions.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you would like to share about Maria, or is that, or any
hopefully
a message to? I sometimes ask. I'll interrupt very quick.
Okay. Yes.
Is sometimes I ask guests when they come on, kind of. I always have people on who I sort of admire, or someone's journey, and I didn't realise with yourself. I first met you with Why Us back in January.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and I saw your passion to show your film and everything, and I was seriously impressed by that. But hearing that you were all self-taught and that you've kind of followed your passion and along that journey, if there was any points where you are now, you could look back at like certain parts of your journey or path or career, would there be anything you would change or advice you would give yourself, or that it'd be either okay or to trust your gut instinct, or?
I would say that I don't regret anything what happened in my life, because everything, it's just built myself, who I am. I'm just, I'm happy that now, even I face some challenges, troubles, bad times, like dark times in my life, I'm just like, look, I don't have any choice. I just keep going forward. This is it. So this is it. Maybe when I was 10 years ago, I said like, oh no, so maybe I will leave this, it's not mine. Now I definitely say, no, I know who I am, what I'm doing, what I want to do. This is it. Okay, just like inhale, exhale. So
deep breath.
Deep breath, yes.
It'll be okay.
Yes, this is it.
Oh, well, Maria, on that note, thank you so much for...
Thank you, Martin.
You're welcome.